All right. Hey, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Gero Juice podcast. I'm your host, Adrianne D Jones. We are still in June, and that means it's still Alzheimer's and Brain Health Month. We're talking about brain health, and let's not forget the 6 pillars of brain health: managing your stress, physical activity, a nutritious diet, y'all, getting enough sleep, challenging your brain, and social engagement. Yes, social engagement. It can be difficult, especially as you grow older and those close to you begin to pass away or no longer can communicate effectively. So that brings me to my guest today, who has created a wonderful program model that addresses social engagement and it encourages better brain health. So, welcome, Miss Christian Ross, founder and Chief Happiness Officer of Happy Talks, to the Gero Juice podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Your smile is so bright. You're so brilliant. I'm excited to have you. And I'm going to jump right in. So, Christian, I want you to give us a little background on how you started working with seniors and founded Happy Talks.
So, my background is in real estate. And in that time, when I first started, I was in my early 20s. It's my friends buying the first condos, the first homes, then eventually starting families. And then my business took a turn where I'm now helping their parents. And I'm also helping a lot of older adults. And it was interesting to see, especially in these past 5 to 7 years, the sandwich generation, it's so different for them. Taking care of their kids, helping with the responsibilities of their elders. They are stressed. They are so stressed. And my goal in real estate was to always be their partner through the process. Like, how can I make mom feel better? Because when I come in, they're like, oh, hi, this is Christian. And then they find out I'm selling the house. And it was like, I hate this woman. So I had to gain trust back for that older adult, while also to making sure I serve both of those family members' needs. And so with that balance, I also saw that when they moved to a community or they moved in with their loved one, they were still experiencing loneliness, or they were experiencing loneliness. And then I saw it in my own family firsthand. And seeing that, I was like, my background's connection, I can do something about this. I don't know what, but I can do something about this. And that started me on the journey to finding Happy Talks.
Sure. Now, you call this a friendship movement, not just a service. And I love that. So, what does it mean when you say friendship movement?
It means that we are all just aware that we need connection and that it creates better health, and that whatever we're doing in life, whether that's going to the grocery store, whether that's picking up the kids from childcare, that we are going to take the time to give a smile to someone. We are going to take the time to ask them, did you learn something new this week? Don't ask how their day's doing. I mean, that's fine, you can, but dig a little deeper, connect with that person. So when I say friendship movement, I say that we are all being so conscious about how we're interacting with others, and we're also making sure how we interact with ourselves and giving ourselves grace, because that's very hard to do. We're so hard on ourselves.
Sure. I can resonate with that. It's like you want perfection all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I know me, like sometimes I strive for perfection, try to do the best I can at everything. And it's so exhausting. So explain the process of signing up and getting started with Happy Talks.
So we make it really easy. It's 3 steps. They can call us or they can go through our site and sign up right there. But our process is signing up, then we learn about your loved one, and then we match them. And as soon as we get them matched with the buddies that we think are the perfect fit for them, phone calls start. So it's really like we can get someone started within a week or 2 weeks. It's just really about finding that perfect match for them to talk to.
Okay. And how has Happy Talks benefited families?
So with our membership plans, we have 1, 2, and 3 calls per week. And then we also we send happy mail, because we know just bills come in the mail. We want something fun. And then every quarter we send a happy box. So that box is filled with goodies. It's filled with things to delight them. So sometimes it's fuzzy socks and different things. But for us, it's really benefited because they see their loved one feeling seen, seeing that they're engaged. They're having conversations. And sometimes they learn things and stories about their family members they didn't know through our notes. They're like,
Mhm.
I didn't know dad had that friend that was still in X place. Like, so it's interesting to see how we are making a difference, but also to how we are helping the family even connect more.
Sure. And I know that, talking to caregivers across the country, like working with um, families that may have family members that are coping with dementia, you hear so many, caregivers say, well, I don't know what I can do. I know mom needs to get out, needs to talk to someone, or even if they're not somebody that's living with dementia, they just want that person to have social engagement. I know
Yeah.
that you're probably a sigh of relief for those caregivers that may be long distance or cross country, or their schedules are just so busy. So I know that my mother is talking to someone, she's engaging with someone, she's able to have that friend, even though it may not be in person, but don't those like connections and friendships like blossom sometimes to like personal
Oh,
connections?
oh my gosh, they do.
Mhm.
To the point we had to tell we had to tell one of our buddies, we were just like, we appreciate how close you guys have grown, but just remember our terms that we do, that we, yeah, we could hear that she was very close to telling that woman, I love you. And
Right.
so we caught that and we were just like, hey, just remember, like, we know that you feel love for the person. You
Yeah.
can show it in the note that you're going to write this month. You can show it
Yeah.
in the box and what you're telling us. But we also, too, we never want to overstep our boundaries. And we
Mhm.
know that our folks, they're empathetic. They do care. They do truly like love the members who they're getting to know. But we also, again, just never want to cross a family line for that. um
Sure.
that's our biggest thing.
Sure. And I know it's hard not to cross a boundary, especially like when you really form a natural bond
Yeah.
with somebody and you form like this liking with someone like, oh my goodness, I feel like you're my grandmother or you're a family
Yes.
member.
Yes.
And like taking that situation and moving on to my next question, what have been some of your challenges, not just in business, but in advocating for older adults? I know myself as a gerontologist, I see so many different situations where I want to like cross a boundary and I'm pulling myself back because like I'm looking like, okay, this could be like a domino effect and it could go
Yeah.
here, 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 or here. So what have been some of those challenges?
So we always love to connect resources. That's one thing. If, if
Mhm.
if for some reason someone reaches out to us, they don't need our service, but they're like, hey, I think my mom's ready for placement. We connect them with the placement person in their area. So we
Mhm.
always want to be a resource for people. But I think
Mhm.
one of the biggest challenges is just, I feel like almost, and I hate to say outsiders, but outsiders, because
Mhm.
those who are aging, and we all are every day, they're not
Mhm.
one homogenous, they're not this just the same group. And I think people try to talk to everyone like they're the same. And it's like,
Yeah,
we're all humans, we're all different, we have all different experiences. That doesn't change just because you're aging.
sure.
I think that's one of the biggest challenges for us.
Okay. And it was very well said too. Yeah, and if I ask somebody else the same question, they'll probably give the same answer or a different answer. But coming from real estate and getting in this business with a vulnerable population, I know it's like sometimes a deer in headlights, like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Oh, completely. Because for me, I feel like as much as I thought we were moving in business the first year, and we were,
Mhm.
it was so much learning. And I do not discount learning. Like, I think whatever you are doing,
Mhm.
you need to talk to people. We talked to over 300 like gerontologists, nurse practitioners,
Yeah.
families. And it was just all about understanding what are older adults, what are they going through, what are they seeing, how different is aging now, how can we help, and how can we possibly get in front of, when you know that connection, if you're not connected, causes
Mhm.
a 50% higher risk of early onset dementia, how can we
Yeah.
help get in front of that? Like,
Yeah.
how can we tie in our service to say, maybe this person's at risk, let's try more communication to see if we can help derail something that's happening.
Right. And so that I'm just like smiling on the inside because now you have to be at the Alter Dementia Summit.
Yes.
You have to share.
Yeah.
You have to share because now you have that understanding, more of that understanding,
Yes.
and to be able to put you in front of researchers and families and like everyone from so many different graphics so you can tell about this business would be just phenomenal. So keep that on your radar for
It's on my
2026.
radar.
Okay. Want to ask you this. Is there a person or a family, since you've been doing Happy Talks, that you've grown close to or you hold dear to you? Who's your favorite, basically?
So, of course, my mom always holds that number one spot. She is just
Mm,
a hilarious queen in all
mm.
in
Yeah.
all rights. And
Right.
she actually has a big birthday coming up. I asked her, "Am I allowed to share the age?" I was like, "What age are you going to be for this big birthday?" So,
Yeah.
I can't share her age until she tells me to. But she
Okay.
got a big birthday coming up, so she's my number one. And I would say right up there with number one is my aunt, who's also my inspiration for the business.
Mm,
She has been living with multiple sclerosis for
mm.
probably about 30 years now.
Wow.
And, COVID just made it worse with OT and PT.
Yeah.
So, she's early 60s. So a lot of her friends are going on cruises, doing this and doing that. She doesn't have that same mobility. So I think just, again, being a voice for her
Mm,
also is one of the things that she's definitely my favorite, someone I hold dear, but why I do this work.
sure. What is your plan for Happy Talks? Like, is there any projects? I know you have a podcast. I do want you to tell us about the podcast, but I
Yeah.
do want to know, are there any ideal partnerships that you have?
Yes. So first I have to say, and I have to put my arms up wide, we want a happy explosion. We want a happy explosion in the United States and beyond, because the reality is we are not the only ones battling loneliness, battling, just social isolation. Um, Shout out to the UK, who had a minister of loneliness before loneliness was even on our
Oh,
map, who they had in 2017, 2018.
I
And
never knew
and
that.
actually Loneliness Awareness Week was last week, and they do a great job of making sure people are aware, like make sure you're connected, check on your neighbors, do this. So really putting action items behind the words. So
Cool.
for us, our ideal partnerships are truly with healthcare plans so that we can just deliver happiness on scale. We still, of course, want to be with families and senior communities and organizations, but we know like infusing social care in our healthcare system is missing.
Mm,
And so we're like,
yeah.
if we can be that piece to help and scale and help people not go to the hospital as much, help them age in place, feel seen, feel heard, and know that their healthcare partner, which is the healthcare plan,
Mm-hmm.
has their back with that. Like that's the goal.
That's the goal. I love the happy explosion part. Like, I gotta be a part of this happy explosion. I need a happy explosion, to be honest, like every single day, every single morning. It needs to be an explosion,
Yes.
right? So hopefully, I'm like saying this because I want to see like you have this big happy explosion conference. Like, no
Yes.
sad faces.
Yes. No sad faces allowed.
So tell us, how can we find you, connect with you, learn more about you and what you're doing, follow you around Atlanta?
Yeah. So you can join us. We are on happytalks.com. On all socials, are at Our Happy Talks. So OUR, Our Happy Talks.
Mhm.
And you can call us. We have 24/7 phone answering at 470-68-HAPPY. And that's 470-684-2779.
47068 happy. I didn't hear any of the numbers you said. I just remember 47068 happy. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yes. And
That's
you can find me
it.
personally at Christian Ross. I'm around, and on Instagram, I'm Christian is happy.
Thank you so much. Anything else before we close out? Anything you want to share? Leave a word with the
Just
people. A
Well,
happy word.
we have a summer listening tour coming up. We'll be going all around to churches and community events and just talking to people. We just want to continue to listen. And so if you have someone that we should listen to, please reach out. We're also profiling our stories in Seasoned and Celebrated, our series coming up. So we're really excited just to continue to share the stories of older adults, their families, what they're doing, and how they're connecting. So I would just leave with everyone, just stay connected and put on your calendar as a recurring reminder to reach out to someone every week.
Reach out to someone and stay happy, y'all.
Stay
Look,
happy.
stay happy. Tune in to the Gero Juice. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want you all to make sure that you subscribe to the Gero Juice on YouTube. Tune in to the Gero Juice radio show every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. on Atlanta's Pace Setter, WIDO 1570 AM, online, WIDO1570.com. It's your hot spot for positive aging news. And until next time, I love you all and stay safe.